So my name is Marty Parashand. I founded Mill City Park, and I'm the executive director of the New Hampshire nonprofit in charge of kind of putting the pieces together to put the river features in, clean up the environment associated with all the debris left by the mills, and then also work in the capacity of this land to produce a new outdoor park that would be free for everyone in town and all the tourists and visitors that we would have because of it. In Franklin, we're a really unique community. A lot of places, a lot of towns you go, Concord, Nashua, some other places, there's a lot of barriers between us and our rivers. When the rivers were used a long time ago, mill buildings went up next to them, and then there's fencing and things and old mill buildings separating them from the community still. Here in Franklin, we're really lucky. We have the Winnipesaukee River right behind me, going right into the heart of our downtown with a beautiful, beautiful takeout. Which two whitewater paddlers just got off the river, moments ago. And so that interconnected piece of this park and this land and this river, which currently doesn't have a use. This is all city-owned land that could serve a higher purpose for the residents and visitors of Franklin, but doesn't yet have a plan. And so our organization is trying to step in, clean up the environment. There's 5 dams and mills that were on the Winnipesaukee River on this plot of land going up towards Northfield, and none of them exist today, right? And so if we just think about that, you have the old remnants of manufacturing plants, of lumber companies, and of paper mills. And so when Mother Nature tried to tear those things down, in some cases she was successful, in some cases she wasn't. Everything she missed, people actually blew it up. And so now the rapids that people paddle down are littered with bricks and pipes and granite pilings and creosote-soaked timbers. Mix that into the land component, that this used to be a thriving metropolis with tons of jobs. There used to be a road right into the heart of this land, and now it's the same thing. It's fallen into disarray. There's 22 invasive species on the land that we intend on cleaning up, as well as this land is a brownfield site. Where we are right now is already being worked on to try to take some soil samples and understand what kind of contaminants we're dealing with. And so all of this is a sustainable, complete picture of what this park could do for the community in tackling everything. So as far as for the pieces of the park itself, the park has a bunch of different components. It's not just an area for whitewater kayakers or whitewater canoeists or other enjoyers of the waterway. We also want to tackle this land. We want to build off of the brownfield assessment. We want to do a historical survey and really understand what was happening on this land and interconnect those pieces back to kind of tell the story of where Franklin was and kind of where we're going. The outdoor infrastructure in Franklin is it's pretty unbelievable. There's not many places you can go that have a beautiful lake, have a ski mountain, have a whitewater venue, and then also have like amenities like Highland Mountain Bike Park right next door. And so we want to tie those pieces together. There's no charging of people to use the waterway. The waterway is free for everyone to enjoy. Of course, we promote responsible use of the waterway. We want people to wear life jackets and helmets and be safe out there for sure. But that's a public amenity. It's free to use. We want to do a lot of that, take that model onto the land. So we really want to involve Highland and other mountain biking enthusiasts to really bring mountain biking to this parcel of land as well. Also pulling in a community garden component is really, really important to us. Here in Franklin, we have about 60% of our kids on free and subsidized lunch in the school system. And then on top of that, we have about 20 to 24% of our population living below the poverty line. That's troubling, and I think we can do more for those people and incorporate a community garden element into this plot where people can grow their own harvests, or harvests can be donated back to local food banks. And so we're really trying to make this land attractive, not just for these enthusiasts, but also spectators. And so if you look at other whitewater parks around the country, it's really crucial that we interconnect all of our pieces and we think about spectators just as importantly as we think about people using our outdoor amenities. And so the interconnecting river outlooks or hiking trails or walking trails is really, really important to us. And that's something that we want to pursue and design further so that a lot of people get to walk through here and see the old ruins that we have just up the way. So a lot of our job was to research. We did a lot of research in the beginning to try to understand what the outdoor industry is doing across the nation. And so what it's kind of gaining a lot of traction. There's a lot of news articles and stuff lately from the Concord Monitor or the Union Leader talking about New Hampshire missing out on millennials, and then also the boom in the outdoor industry. Nationally, the outdoor industry is the third largest industry of all. It's $887 billion for the entire country. And so when you kind of take the infrastructure that we have, all those amenities already here, you got to start to wonder and start to think about how big it is and how maybe some more of that market share comes to Franklin. And so I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I go whitewater kayaking all the time, and so I've been able to travel to places like Salida, Colorado, and Columbus, Georgia. And so those places are really important if you want to learn more, to research those two communities to try to understand what a river restoration project that mixed in a whitewater component really did for the community. In 10 years, it's totally revamped Salida, Colorado. Salida and some other ones at the time came out saying, for every one person that's actually paddling in the river, we're getting 5 to 10 people coming to watch. Columbus opens a few years ago, and they're saying, oh, that's incredibly wrong. It's not between 5 and 10, it's between 10 and 20. And so that's where the economic engine of the outdoor industry starts to really take hold. These kayakers, these mountain bikers, they're great, but not everyone's gonna buy a kayak and not everyone's gonna get on a bike. And so they actually become the entertainment for families to come have a picnic and watch. For tourists driving down this super busy road day in, day out to see something funky and different and actually pull over and look. And so when that starts to happen, then you're attracting other people who want to invest in the idea of Franklin. You'll have different developers coming to flip a mill building. You'll have different entrepreneurs wanting to bring their businesses here to town. All of those things then help the school system, right? They help the infrastructure. They help all the different pieces of Franklin to improve and get better and improve the quality of life of all the residents. And that's what we're trying to do. It's really near and dear to my heart to take an activity that I love, an ecosystem that I love, try to improve it in such a way that it benefits everyone, and maybe make this place a lot better than it is today, just with the idea of getting people outside, enjoying the sunshine, and burning some calories.